Hey everyone, podcast. It was not recorded live because not all of my guests are always super comfortable with going live. This one would have been. She's amazing. I'll have the episode out sometime this month. If you're not already subscribed, go head over to Special Education Inner Circle Podcast or just Google my name, wherever you listen to podcasts. It's on all the places, Google and iTunes and Spotify. It's going to be an amazing episode, but I had to share with you this tip that at the very end of the podcast, I said, what do you have for us when it comes to technology and what's happening in our education system right now? And my guest, Mei Ling, she's a speech and language pathologist. And she's got so many cool stories. It's not just a speech and language episode. It's so cool, the work that she's doing. But I said, what's a tip? What's something that, parents and could be asking for or that therapists could be using? What's something? And she said that I didn't even think about this. It sounds so easy. Okay. So, when a child is in therapy with a therapist, they obviously can see the whole person, right? They can see, is the child fidgeting, or how are they sitting, or if they're using an assistive technology device, how are they touching it? What are the prompts that are happening? Like all different things. They can see everything. It's much different when you can only see somebody, half their body, right? So she said that a lot of therapists are using a third camera. So like the parent would use their phone to log in. So student is on their computer, therapist is on their computer, and they're using Zoom. Then the parent uses their phone, logs in on Zoom, and sets up the phone where the phone can then look at the whole body of what's happening. So in the Zoom room, the therapist can see what the child is doing directly face to face, but also can watch their body and what's happening and how are they just working through whatever that therapy session is. So whether it's speech or OT or PT, I thought, are you kidding me? That's been one of the biggest complaints that I have heard from therapists, is that they're disappointed that they can't get the full connection or see fully what's going on. And that's very difficult because it's just through a screen, blah, 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 all the stuff, right? All the stuff. And I was like, why didn't we think of that? I'm not personally working in a teletherapy environment, right? Like I work like this all the time with you guys, but I don't have to teach virtually to students, and I don't have to do therapy in that way. So there, a lot of times I'm not having the solutions that we would, that I'd come up with creatively, because I'm not in the middle of doing it right now. That's how come I have all these things about IEPs for you all the time, because I'm constantly doing them, constantly working on IEPs, writing IEPs, coaching people through IEPs. But teletherapy is not my gig. So I love that Mei Ling brought that up for us. Mercedes says, can we use Google Meets? Is it the same? I would assume so, because you just log in. That's it. So if you have a login, then you can, so maybe you would need a third login for Google Meets. I don't know, because Zoom is just one link, right? Anybody could click it and go. I don't know if Google Meets works the same way. I'm not a Google Meets, expert in that way. I don't even know. I think I've used it once a long time ago, kind of thing. So yeah. So you just have the third camera. So the therapist or the teacher or whoever needs to see that full perspective of what's happening and what's going on. I thought, genius, so easy. So there's your simple IEP tip. It's more than an IEP tip. It's about really helping us get what needs to get done through the screens, because this week, even more schools I know went virtual than were before. So I'm not sure where you're at in this whole process of, are you hybrid? Are you virtual? Are you in person? Our districts in Illinois, most of them are full virtual. They tried hybrid for a little bit and decided to shut that down. Regardless of what you believe should or should not be happening, it is what it is right now, right? And it's a struggle. It's an absolute struggle. So I appreciate you guys for being here. I appreciate you guys still looking to think out of the box, get creative, and make sure that your child or your students are getting the services that they need through this virus crisis. I don't even know. What do we call it anymore? Through this stuff that is happening in special education. I know many of you guys are counting down your days of how many days are left in this quarter for the rest of the year. I know that my kids are counting down. I think they're down to like 12 or 13 days that are left for that. Sandy says, great tip for parents. Yeah, Sandy, it's a, first of all, Sandy is a master IEP coach. So you can always go find her at myiepcoach.com. There's a full directory. Let me go ahead and just pop that up here. Let's see if I can find it. Myiepcoach.com. That's where you will find trained master IEP coaches who can help you by reviewing an IEP, finding creative solutions. And we're all connected behind the scenes, master IEP coaches. So it's the Master IEP Coach mentorship that I run. And then you can be part of the Master IEP Coach network after the mentorship. And then everybody's connected. So when we get resources like this, I'm giving you, this tip out here, that kind of stuff is happening like 24/7 behind the scenes with master IEP coaches. If you're like, what the heck is a master IEP coach? Can you be one? Yes, you can. You just head over to masteriepcoach.com. Our next session does not start until February, but you sign up now, you get a bunch of bonuses. And it is the last master IEP coach mentorship of this school year, because it's a heck of a hot mess out there, right? Can we agree on that? So what's going to happen is I've been working with everybody this fall, work with everybody, get back into school in January. We're going to have the mentorship for 5 weeks starting at the end of February. And then we're going to be in the chaos of the end of the year and placement decisions and ESY, which is, it's not really summer school. We'll talk about that a little closer to that. So, but a lot of people use it interchangeably. So ESY, summer school decisions, was progress made? Do we need any type of remedial or recovery services because of things that were missed? There's going to be so much happening. So because of that, there's only going to be one Master IEP Coach mentorship in this second half of the school year. That starts at the end of February. So you got to go hop over to Master IEP Coach just to get the details. Go over to masteriepcoach.com, get the details, and see if it's right for you. All right. On that note, I hope you guys are having a good week. Let's see. It's Wednesday, so we're halfway through, guys. I hope you're having a good week. I hope that you are finding some holiday spirit, some Christmas joy. I do know that there are a lot of people that are struggling right now, especially in our special needs community, and finding that kind of just joyfulness that comes with the holiday season. Do what you got to do to let go of some of this heaviness that has been happening this school year so you can truly enjoy the holidays. I mean, we've got a lot of work to do in 2021. We'll get it done. I promise you. We're going to get all the things done that need to happen with IEPs. You've got 12, 13 days left here of school in 2020. And then we can say goodbye to 2020 and come into 2021 refreshed and filled with hope, because this goes back to Mei Ling that I just shared that tip with about the speech therapy. And if you just jumped on here live, make sure you go watch the beginning of this. The reason that I brought Mei Ling onto the podcast is because she focuses on exceptional leaders. And those are people who have been labeled with disabilities of all different types. And they really have done amazing things. And it's about so much more than what the school system offered them. It's about so much more than limits that other people put on them. It's about so much more than a standardized test or an IEP goal. And so I can't wait to bring you those stories of hope and joy and perspective, a fresh perspective of all things that are possible. That'll be up and coming. Remember, you can go subscribe to the podcast wherever you listen to podcasts. Just go look up Special Education Inner Circle or my name, Catherine Witcher, and you'll find it. And when you hit subscribe, you'll get all the new notifications so you can see when Mei Ling's episode comes out, because you're not going to want to miss it. On that note, y'all, I will talk to you guys soon. I will probably see you tomorrow here. And as always, If you have any IEP questions, drop them below or send me a DM and I'll get you some answers. Talk to you guys soon.